Nice.
It's gone now. Welcome. Good evening. It's Transformers the show.
May I have your attention, please? This is the captain of your ship! I'm sorry. Please not this away! You left me broken hearted! But I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Transformers the show. We're all back from TFUKCon, apart from Alexis. He's been replaced by Ian. That's just for tonight. Ian, thanks for coming on. Mate, you didn't go, ironically, to TFUKCon. Which is a shame.
To have you on the show,
because most of the discussion is going to be about TFUKCon. So
And how much
I can give you my insight from
you
all
can
of the
have
photos.
loads of breaks. It's fine. We went.
Great.
So yeah, we got. We're going to talk about our favourite moments from TFUKon, UKCon. We've got some photos and stuff. We're also going to do our desert island Transformers, where we talk about a few bits we're going to take onto a desert island. We've got all the news. There's some Hasbro reveals which we're looking forward to. But plus, we'll go to the news, and we'll be talking about the oldest person we've ever slept with. So all that and more, starting off with the news.
I jogged some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
47.
Anyway,
Such a liar.
don't ruin it, Ian.
Plenty
news.
of time for that.
So we won't go through the whole. There was leaks. We basically know now about the Rise of Tyranny 2-pack. That's part of this. The way they did it with the Wreckers, where it was to tell a story through their releases, and they're doing the same thing. It's going to be pre-war, and the first one we got leaked was this Rise of Tyranny 2-pack with Scourge remolded into a Rat-Bat, and the Siege Megatron into Minor Megatron.
With some minor mold changes as well.
Exactly.
Matches name.
Boom, boom.
Punny.
Play.
He has an axe.
He does, because he's a miner.
A pickaxe,
Yeah.
actually. Not an axe. Pickaxe.
Yeah.
Get it right.
It's still an axe. It is an
Yeah,
axe.
for Christ's sake.
It's in the family of axes. It's in the family of axes.
It's like, wasn't it? No,
It's on the axis of axes.
It's not an
I'll go for Alexa this early on in the show.
Please don't go for
it.
it.
I will do it.
Anyway, they've got it in, didn't they? Because they said in the live stream that they kind of fought a little bit to make sure that he had this axe. So
pickaxe. That's what it is.
Pickaxe. Sorry. Oh, you're doing it now. I'd blame you in.
I know, you poisoned us.
Anyway, there you go. There are some more in-hand photos coming up later on, but there you go. So that was fairly big news, and people were fairly excited. Some not so much. Some didn't like the repaint element of it, but it's where we are. Let's carry on. Anyway, that led us on to some leaks that came from Amazon Australia of the fact that there was going to be another 2-pack with a pre-war Senator Shockwave, and as it turns out, Data Clerk Orion packs. So it's called the Humble Origins 2-pack. And it's supposed to represent, that's the packaging, it's just supposed to show that it represents, that if you put the packaging together, it looks like the Senators are having an argument while their muscle stands at the side. Maybe not so much around Iron packs. Anyway, so then we had some proper photos
I
of this.
think the big thing about that was a lot of people, when they knew it was Shockwave, but they thought it was going to be just Shockwave repainted. Because he had the same number of transformations as the Shockwave without all his battle armor.
Yeah, that would make sense, though, would it? Knowing what we knew about it being a pre-war, he hadn't gone through Imperiata.
Yeah, but
so
a lot of people didn't really care about
things.
IDW, really.
Well, that's tough.
You know?
It's what they were releasing. So...
I know, but you know, who cares? They didn't think that, they had hope. And
I think that was more people who didn't get Shockwave the first time. I just want to re-release a Shockwave, to be honest, which we probably will get down the line. So surely Studio Series 86.
And then a Data Clerk with a fucking axe that size, what?
Pickaxe.
No,
Pickaxe.
you need it when you're a Data Clerk. Anyway, there you go. So, Ryan Bassett from the Hound mold from Siege.
Just a humble Data Clerk.
Wow.
I mean, that's the most dorky looking face ever.
The Shockwave is from the Siege Seeker Tetrajet mold. So there you go.
Nice wings.
And that one's about £55 or £56, isn't it? And the other set's about 70 something, I think.
70 dead, isn't it?
Price, actually, because I think a lot
I
of people.
I thought there'd be more.
Yeah,
I didn't twig.
Voyagers.
I didn't twig why it was at first. I didn't realise until Bisto said it that it was 2 deluxes, isn't it, versus 2 Voyagers.
No, it's a deluxe and a Voyager, or
Deluxe
2
and
Voyager.
Yeah.
Brawny
Excuse me,
Brawn,
sorry.
there he is. So this is the Studio Series 86 Brawn, I think it is. It's being released.
Yeah.
He looks better.
Oh,
He's
the first one to
stocky
die.
lad.
I don't know. He's got a gun, though. I don't know if that's really true to the character.
His
Paul
toy,
had a gun.
it's the same gun he got with his toy, didn't he? Oh, no, he didn't get a gun with his toy originally, did he? I don't know where the guns come from. Maybe it's from the cartoon. They've chucked
It
it
wasn't
in.
in the
must be
cartoon. It wasn't in the cartoon.
I'm sure he didn't have a gun at any point. He didn't have a gun when he ran straight at Megatron, which was a bit thick.
Shoulder first.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoulder injuries, they're terrible. Then we had the reveals of what's coming up, the sneak previews. So we already know about Snarl, but I think, what version of Snarl was that?
This is
supposed to be?
core class, isn't
Core
it?
class.
Core
Yeah,
class,
this is
that's
going to be the finish off Volcanicus.
Why did I think we'd already seen that? Anyway, didn't matter. Well, we pretty much all knew that Bombshell was coming.
Evening.
Yeah.
Strong Arm, which quite a lot of people were excited about because she's quite a popular character now. Since RID 2015. I can't remember which one. Is this called what's it called? Detritus or something like that?
It's based on a G1 figure, isn't it?
Well, wasn't it a G2 repaint that never came out or something? Or was it
Bilaxa.
a hobby or something like that?
Bilaxa.
So bye Alexa. I think it said
No,
Alexa. Anyway, that's it. Somebody can tell us. Somebody in the chat will know. What's that one called again? Oh, no, my mind's gone blank. It's from the Cyberverse cartoon, the Bumblebee one. Oh fuck, I can't remember. Anyway,
Don't worry,
Another
Ian's going to
popular
give you the
female
answer. Ian's going to
go
say.
Ian, go.
Cyberverse, I'm only a little bit up to date on Cyberverse.
It's
It's really going to annoy me.
Shadow
Something like that.
Striker.
Yeah, that sounds.
It is.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dave. In
it
the
is Shadow
chat.
Striker. Is Shadow Striker made up of multiple parts? I don't know. Maybe I haven't got that far.
Yeah,
into it.
well, in this backstory, she got blown up or something, didn't she? So she was just repaired with random parts.
Yeah.
It's a slightly Frankensteinish look.
Do you think it was
Then
a
we got-
euphemism to show you the dangers of Hollywood and its plastic, obsession?
Probably
No,
not.
plastic surgery obsession.
You never know. Bludgeon, which
I
we all
think
assume
it's-
is from Tarn. Because it
Tarn
looks like
Bludgeon.
it.
It does look very tiny,
But
doesn't it?
they said that they're basing this colour on the toy, aren't they? That's the idea behind it.
Right.
But he doesn't look very. I don't know. He just doesn't look very bludgeon to me, apart from obviously the skull.
It looks a little bit like the IDW shell that we got, because obviously he was about first and then he went into the shell and then he went mental.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like that. But anyway, we've got Trashmaster, so we're getting another Junkion. Pete. Lovely
Pete
Pete.
will be so happy.
Oh, God, he'll be so excited. I think we should probably all buy him, multiple copies. So he's
99 each.
Exactly.
Hopefully, this one has a boat mode.
And then we're getting a Prime Dreadwing, who was.
Do you know what's good about this? Every fucker now, every person in the Transformers community will know how to transform him. They'll know how to do it now.
Every fucker. I mean, every person.
Every
I heard a
person.
child crying because of that, Jamie. They heard you.
Jamie, why do you upset children? Why do you do it?
Anyway, then we had some in-hand photos of both packs, I believe. So there you go. Senator Shockwave and Orion Pax just hanging out, having a chat. Then go
He
for a
looks very
walk.
stumpy. Very stumpy, isn't
Well,
it?
it's the Siege Hound mold, so it is shorter than the.
He is very short. That is a short mold. Yeah. God, look at that wing. God, that's awful in that picture, isn't it?
I'm just going to say it now. I don't understand why people are getting so het up just about a wing. It just seems like
Well, it does
picking
look a little
holes
bit
for
gash.
picking holes. But it's not supposed to be a Tetrajet. They tried to change it, and as they said, we never see him transform in the comic books, so nobody actually knows what that. So a designer's literally gone, right, what should we do? All right, they've chosen to do a crappy little wing, but that was a design choice that they took, and I don't see why we should go.
Why are we defending a silly design choice like that?
Because it's
Not like it's
some
a
people might
Buddha,
like
is it?
I just think the amount of is ridiculous. Look,
Exactly.
even Senator Ratbat is putting his finger because he wants to offer an opinion on it. Sat nicely there on the throne. And there he is with Soundwave. And there's where he is with Minor Megatron before he grew up. And you get to recreate that scene with Minor Megatron and Impactor when they were having well, not a beer, but a glass of energy. Yeah, in the bar from the IDW comics, should you wish. And there's the alt modes.
It's funny how they're doing these IDW characters now, but IDW's lost the license.
It is a funny time to bring it up, isn't it?
We should have done this before, but I mean, these things, they've said on previous things, they can take 3 years in the planning. Yeah. So it's kind of like they probably started it when IDW still had it. So.
I'm happy with sending it to Ratbat because Generations Ratbat was going for phenomenal, stupid prices on eBay and Amazon and that. So it's nice to see them crashing in price now because everyone will just get the box set.
Yeah, a bit like some of the other things we've had in the past that have been ridiculous prices, and then all of a sudden they re-release them and. Shame for those scalpers. Anyway, we're getting a 3-0 MDLX Starscream. There's the photo of him.
That was quite cool.
That's going to be big and pricey.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're not going to click. Yeah, we are. This, I've put it in with the main line just because it's for Hasbro's Menasor. It's an add-on kit, isn't it? But Jamie, I believe you mentioned in the chat earlier today that this is very reasonably priced.
I think it's quite a cheap price for what. When you think about usually the equivalents are usually like 50 quid to start.
How much is it?
This is about $25.
25. Yeah, it's very cheap.
Whoa, that is cheap.
You know, and so what a lot of people do if you're ordering from Show Z and you use our Fire's code, you know,
Fire one.
What you might want to do is stack up your orders. You know, and then when you get this, it's not going to hurt as much because obviously this would hurt more if you just bought it by itself and then the postage. But if you're getting something else from Show Z, stick this in.
The man is speaking logic. And thank you for touting my code. Bless you.
I know what he's
then there's a rumor
6 times.
Fire one shows code. Use it now, folks. Rumor: Transformers crossover with G.I. Joe live action movie. Possibly in development, but it is just a rumor at this point. There you go. That's the story from TFW 2005. So for those of you
Please
who
don't let the Rock be in it. No,
well, the Rock will be in it. You have to kind of make your peace with that.
John Cena and who else can you chuck in there?
Roman Reigns. We'll go with 3 of them.
But not Dwayne Johnson, not him.
Dolph Lundgren coming back. He's making a comeback. And then we have these. So there's some spoilerish stuff kind of in some of this. Might be spoilerish, might not. You might have guessed it. So these are up on whichever Transformers website it is. And these are bios for each of the characters. So there's Stratosphere, who we've already kind of seen in a photo. We've seen Wheeljack. So you can go and you can read up on some of the information of them, some of their characters. RC. I'm not going to hang around too long on each of these. If you want to pause it later on, go back, watch it, pause it, and you can read them yourself.
Do whatever you want with a picture of RC.
It's like the end of Games Master.
Mirage.
Pause it. I need to write it down.
On this again. And Optimus Prime, all the favourites. But then we get onto the Decepticons. So you got Nightbird. You got some information on her. Interesting.
Nightbird's a bit scary looking.
Yeah. Battletrap, who everybody already loves. Because he looks badass. And then this little snippet on the Unicron. So this is where it's slightly spoilery. So if you don't want to hear it, turn your volume off for a moment or something.
Devour of planets.
This is where that wasn't bad actually. This is where it says in here that he is. Where is it? I've lost it now.
Always hungry.
He's basically trying to find something that's going to allow him to open a portal in space and time, which a lot of people had thought that this would involve time travel. This film. So also, it looks like a giant dog face. It's 2 eyes and like the doggy nose there, and he's just standing on the end of it. But that again might just be me. And there's Primal because got to have some Beast Wars representation, haven't you? There he is.
Monkey.
And then this one, Monkey Truck. Anyway, Nemesis in Japan. Now this is something like Jamie might be able to get with his contacts over there in the Far East. But in Japan, through one particular company, if you buy your tickets for Rise of the Beast, I can't remember if you get put in a draw or if you just can buy this exclusive 2-pack. No, it's not a 2-pack. You can buy one of them. So there's this version of Nemesis Prime, which, I mean, we've obviously seen. I think we've seen this one before, haven't we? Might be slightly different colours, but we've pretty much seen it. And then this, which is, I don't remember, Burning Fire Optimus Primal.
Yeah, they've done this.
You can only get through this this promotion.
See, the trouble I have with that is hideous. And the first one, there was an AI. It was an IO third party where they did the Bumblebee version Optimus painted black, KO, which was like £10, which is damn good. £10 against 70. I don't know.
I can't remember how much they said this was going to cost in yen. But I mean, obviously, if it's really exclusive and hard to get hold of, it's going to go for a fortune. So for any completist who's already seen this and gone, I must buy it, good luck.
They've done this primal color before. I forget it's not like Year of the Monkey, but it's a paint scheme that Primal's been in before in other
Fire
molds,
Guts.
So
Monkey
could be that. Might be
that,
called that.
That sounds very correct. And then some late breaking news today. First look at Super 7 Transformers Beast Wars reaction figures. There they are.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Stop with the
And
passive aggressive
the
towards
big
Beast Wars.
Not passive aggressive. We're very aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
You've never been passive about it. Anyway, no, we're joking. We're not joking. Anyway, Transformers Rise of the Beast. The sketches are releasing a load of trainers. So they're in kid sizes, adult sizes, different types of footwear. So I haven't downloaded all the photos because there was tons that I couldn't be asked. But there's some of the kids' ones. And they're for, was it Bisto who had his Crocs on at the weekend?
Yeah.
It's Optimus Primal ones. You can get Optimus Prime ones. You can get Bumblebee ones. You can get this, that, and the other. And then the trainers. There's some RC ones. So there's all different flavors of each character.
RC ones look not too bad.
So do you know what? Some of them don't look too bad, but again, they're sketches, and yeah. Anyway,
Jesse said he's cleaning his keyboard to apologise for any accidental keys that he strikes.
Well, that's just not good enough.
I didn't post that comment, and I'm just going to post the accidental key strikes.
Just do the accidental ones over and over again.
That's it.
We do some third party.
Well, I've got some more first party Hasbro news.
Ooh, have you?
Because there's a TV spot. It's only 40 seconds long.
Hang on. Go on,
just
do
a
that,
TV
because
spot for. I'm not sure if you've done it last week, but I'll play it anyway, just in case.
Who are you? Why are you hunting for the key?
Yo, Donkey Kong, stay away from my friend. Mirage, don't worry, your boy's got this. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Hey! Not so fast!
Hey, over here, kitty.
Stand down! I won't ask a second time.
Did you play that last week?
No,
I've seen it before, but it's good.
It's just the way he jumps in and says "stand down" and thrusts a gun into his face.
Go in peace, motherfucker.
I do think from watching that, and I've seen that a couple of times. Like, I think Cheetor is actually going to come out of this film looking quite good. He's probably the one I'm most excited to see.
Mirage, I think that looks quite good. Mirage or Jazz, whatever way you want to.
Yeah, Mirage looks quite good.
Yeah,
there's been more, hasn't there? There's more teasers and trailers.
They've dropped a lot now.
Who's doing the voice of RC?
Almost too much, really. One might say.
Yeah, I said that. I said that on Twitter today. Like, I feel like we've seen too many clips, and it's getting closer and closer now. We still got time. They could drop a few more.
I could understand why you've seen too many clips because you missed TFUKCon, so you were at home alone.
Getting to the bird ward.
Fair party.
Believe it or not, this is the fun part.
Can I just say, Ed is right, because I've seen a few people refer to Skull Cruncher Crocs and say, Skull Cruncher's not
Ed is not.
He's an alligator.
Ed is not right, and we've had a long conversation on this.
You have lost on this one, I'm afraid.
I have not lost this one. I've got him. Ed, we are going to pick this up at a later date.
Wait. Yes, he's an alligator. Right, so we've had that confirmed by VAR. Let's move on. We've seen this roller.
It must be right.
I'm right. Never wrong. I am. Anyway, there's roller. But then there's also this metallic-y looking roller.
They look good.
Yeah.
I mean, they do.
They transform into roller.
Very shiny.
Very shiny.
I don't know.
I don't think anyone was really asking for these figures, though.
No, that's kind of how I thought it was. Who was sat there at home going, "Oh, I really want a little roller."
A transforming roller. Yeah.
Although it is nice that it looks a bit like Roller from the IDW comics, but then.
But even the roller in IDW was quite big, wasn't he? He was like almost Magnus sort of size. He was quite
was huge. Yeah, he didn't turn into a little
thing, did he? No.
He was like a massive.
Yeah.
But anyway, what have we got
I think
here?
Alexis Smart stole this from Primetide Toys. The image.
Oh, how did you figure that one out?
Just the arm reaching in.
You can see the bottom.
It's a mystery. Anyway, so there you go. Marg and is it Berserker or just Berserker?
Yeah.
Berserker.
I love it when you offer two different options and everybody just goes,
yeah.
Doesn't answer the question. Anyway, Primetime Toys are going to have them in, so go over to the Primetime Toys website, get it pre-ordered now. They do good work. Filthy Magnus Pawn. John, you filthmonger.
We're going to get a Fans Toys Blitzwing. Can you believe it?
Is this third party or is this like official? I don't know. Somebody just stuck some photos of it in the.
I think this is third party. It's not like that MLDX. But it looks like a fucking CGI model, doesn't it? Like,
Cybertronian Bumblebee.
Really good.
Very detailed.
Very compact. I remember seeing the pictures, but I can't remember who posted it.
It was Tommy. You know Tommy? Tomy.
I got TNT01 Cybertronian B and then something written in Chinese, which unfortunately I can't read. So there you go. Anyway, looks very, very detailed. If you like that design, you will be a very happy bunny, I would imagine, right now. There's the back shot just for Alexis when he's catching up. There's the front. Oh, and it's got a light in it. That'll sell it for millions of people. Yeah. And there you go. And that was the third-party news. It's been a slow week in third-party land.
It always is.
When Alexis was here, we could still be here for another 40 minutes as he discussed that in detail.
I know, I'm looking for the
I can talk about Fans Toys for you, if you like. I can go on full Alexis on Fans Toys,
Do not
if you like.
go full Alexis.
Do some pickups. Do some pickups.
We now return to the Transformers.
All but in disguise. What did you get, Jamie?
Well, I got a good couple of things actually, and I forgot one of the stuff. Fucking hell! let Andy
so
go first. Let Andy go first.
Andrew, what did you get?
Because the only pickups I've got in recent times were at TFUKCon, and I thought we were discussing that when we talk about the con later on. Or are we doing? Am I doing the pickups now, and then we just talk about the con later on?
Do you want to do the pickups you haven't got from the con now, and we'll do pickups from the con when we talk about the con later?
Well, that's easy then, because I haven't got any pickups that I didn't pick up from the con.
Awesome. Ian, you didn't go to the con because you didn't want to support your friends, but did you pick up anything in Transformers Land?
Is this why I've been asked to come on the show, just to take like 2 hours of abuse? Because I go to work, you know, and I have
tell us what you got, you Alexis. Come on.
We asked all, like, literally, Alexis, like, I can't come on, and we just asked all the wrong people. The first person we asked was Dave Wallace from TFN, and he couldn't make it, unfortunately. And then we asked you, who didn't go. It was
just terrible, really.
And I just asked my neighbours to come on. They would have had a better recollection.
They didn't go to the con either, right?
No.
So in terms of this week, not so much. But what I did get a week before, if I may, as you've seen on my channel, I got the Transart Metal T-Rex, the Transmetal Megatron, and he's gorgeous and very purple, and I love him in this mode, so he's very nice.
Warrior.
Yes. Behave.
Nobody got Come on.
And what I have also got is Deformation Space Starscream. Because he was on sale for a ridiculously good price on Show Z, and I picked him up, so expect a review of him imminently.
Did you put your own code in when you buy him?
No, it doesn't work. No, trust me, I tried. I did try. No, they're quite wise to that. But no, for people who have put the code towards my channel, it does help. And look, there's the wares and Big Dino Boy as well. All goes on things like this. All makes videos. Thank you very much. That is my only real pickup. It's getting to an expensive time for me now, so I'm trying to limit the spending.
I didn't get any pickups from TFUKCon. I did get some just as I was leaving, just as I was about to get out the door to go and pick Gav up, drive down to the convention. This turned up, which is Magic Square Brawl. I've got some photos actually.
You got two because you ordered two, didn't you, by mistake?
No, and do you know how he knows? Because I used the code FIRE1.
I thought I was doing really well. I was like, wow, Brawl's very popular.
It was just me being an absolute idiot and ordering two by accident. So, got one for sale if anyone wants it. But really happy with this guy. Got some photos there. The detail on him, considering his Legends scale, is really good. But both modes absolutely knocks it out of the park. It's really good in both of the modes. The tank mode's probably my favourite. I think it's hard to do the robot mode wrong. I think the tank mode probably is the one where you have to try and add a bit of character, and they've done it with this. Loads of little extra bits, like all the little lights and stuff it's got on it, the little extra guns, and once I put some stickers on it, I think it will be looking phenomenal. If there was any downside to it, for the Legend scale figure, the complicated transformation can be a bit of a faff with the chest bit. I didn't find the legs too bad, which is what most people complained about, but yeah, apart from that, what else did I get? I got Space Station Regular 1. Andy, can you remember what film that's from?
Hang on. It's the one with Genesis, isn't it? Is that Wrath of Khan?
It is Wrath of Khan. That's where she goes.
I'm so happy that I remembered that correctly. Now I can stay as part of the Star Trek community.
You can.
Your year's membership has been renewed.
USS Enterprise from The Cage. So it's the original pilot episode 1. And I got the USS Titan, which Riker commanded.
I like that one.
All three of them are really hard to get hold of, really expensive. But again, Master Replicas keeps doing these 9 o'clock sales every Friday, every 2 weeks on a Friday.
You just told us 9, so it really doesn't get in there.
Yeah. Which is great because no one could get any of the stock at all, but they've done it. And my final thing I got, which I was really excited, that turned up today, was a Samsung Galaxy S23. And what I find is really frustrating now is when you used to get a new phone, it was really exciting, wasn't it? I've got my old phone and my new phone now. Trying to put my pin on the TV. And that's them next to each other. So they just look... Because you just put the phones near each other, don't you? And they just copy across.
Yeah.
They're both Samsung Galaxies. That's an S20 and that's an S23 Ultra. There's not a lot of difference. It's not that exciting.
I've got an S22.
S22? Oh.
Yeah, that's what I've got too. Yay, Samsung! What have you got?
I've got a Motorola. I've got
You
two
can't
of
be
them.
part of our club now.
Well, you are masterpiece.
Motorola?
I'm not a sheep. Okay?
Are you on pay as you go?
All right, try hard.
And I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you via WhatsApp.
Are you on pay as you can? Pay when you can.
Did you get
Motorola? You got Nokia. Motorola.
It's perfectly fine. It's fine.
That's great, mate.
They still made phones. That's like
I'm not going to drop £1,000.
Did you just not give up once they'd done the Motorola Razor? You were like, that's it. That's the best.
Is it an antique?
I am brand loyal now forever.
I buy the phones
I like the
outright,
Razor.
so
I
I
have
don't
the Motorola.
get like the Samsungs or the iPhones because they're like £1,000. So I'd buy the phones as is, and that's a
They're
fairly
not like
cheap and cheap.
£1,000.
Yeah.
They are
You just pop
£1,000.
down
No, they're
cash
not.
and
And
take a
Big
few
Len
quid.
would
It's
definitely
£1,500.
Yeah.
Again,
For the
it's an
Ultra
antique.
Plus.
Are we still doing pickups, or has this gone off on a tangent?
It's gone off with a slight tangent.
I think we just got a bit weird, didn't we, when you said Motorola?
Phones, the show.
In British money, but in other currencies, it's not.
Yeah, well, he's
Frightfully working class, aren't you, Jamie?
Oh yeah.
Right, Jamie, can you remember what you picked up?
Yes. So, if you could add my photos. So I got this week. I got Shattered Glass Grimlock, and oh my god, the colours are really striking. I mean, it's probably the best thing about it, to be honest, is the colours, and of course, it's the Studio Series 86 Grimlock mold. So there's nothing really changed. It's just Ember. It's the first of the big Dinobots we got, where we thought this is the scale we want for Chug. This is brilliant. And we've got it again for Shattered Glass. I would have liked to have seen some more mold changes. Like, for example, the insignia when it's transformed in Dinobot mode isn't on the chest, which it's actually a great thing, you know. But Yes, I would have liked to have hands. I want articulated hands. But funny enough, I think the original Shattered Studio Series 86 Grimlock cost about $54.99 from Hasbro, and this guy's only about 56, or 55.99. So it's not really jumped much in 2 years. Yes, big lad, and he just looks cool. He's got good articulation. Oh yeah, and the thing is, it's like it's trying to do the colours justice, because normally I have my monitor on high definition, but for some reason it doesn't work with StreamYard, so I'm like standard definition. So, but if you want to look at Twitter and Instagram or Facebook, you'll see it in sort of high definition in the sort of true colours it really is. But yeah, I mean, there he is with a sword. This sword is actually from Dino Island Toys, which was part of the upgrade kit for Studio Series 86 Grimlock, and I think it goes really well with this guy.
It does.
The
paint really works for the face sculpt, doesn't it? It really brings out the
does.
details of the face that you can't see
really
in the maybe as well in the Studio Series 86.
This is a story of two halves, really, because I ordered two of them. Well, I forgot I'd ordered two, and so two of them came. And this one was brilliant, almost perfect. The other one, every QC issue, paint, quality control marks to paint, there was scrapes, it was just awful. It was like one had been kicked around, another one had been treated like a Princeton sort of princess, like the way I treat Maylin every week. But yeah, so this is a good one. The other one I'm sending back to Hasbro. Yes, so it's quite good. There's a sort of more of a close up of his noggin, and it is good. It's nice and clean. It is just good. The colours work. It's sharp. There was no mold degradation that I noticed. When I transformed them, I was a bit worried with the tail, because I know the other Dinobots had a problem with the tail, even though my versions didn't. But actually, once you connect the sort of lower half of the waist together, everything locks into place, and it was actually sorted. Where with my other Grimlock, I didn't need to wait till I got the waist, the low, how the chest just slides down. I didn't need to worry about that. But yes, again, the colours work quite cool. It's striking. I love the painted teeth. There's a lot of paint apps in that compared to the other one. Yeah, it works. It makes you wish, maybe, I know because it's true to life, the other Grimlock didn't have painted teeth, so yeah. But yeah, this is cool. And he's just a fun figure. And I just love the way the sort of badges are on the sort of the legs this time, instead of the chest, which was kind of didn't seem to work too well, even though I guess it was true to the cartoon or the comic. So it's nice to see them change little things, because they didn't need to be accurate or be as accurate as they could be. The gun could be stored in the back, and it's not too bad. Although, to be honest, I would rather have the gun off when I'm on playing it with my dinosaur mode. It's like playing the bed or whatever I'm playing with it. It's my choice.
Not head judge.
Yeah, well, I hope not. Because when I'm eating my dinner and I'm watching Netflix, I have to come up there and I'm going chow chow chow. Yeah, but yeah. There's a box. It didn't come with a comic, because obviously they've said goodbye to IDW. We're going to another company, which I've completely forgotten, and they're going to launch today, aren't they? Or a couple of days to say that they're doing Transformer comics, because they've got their license. I forgot the name of that comic company.
Razzle. It's Razzle. Readers.
No. Crispy Feely's probably posted about it. No
Raymond, whatever it was, publications.
Yeah.
Not
and the idea is there with Studio Series 86 Grimlock, and as I said before, they're just two majestic figures to have in your collection, and absolutely lovely, and excellent. And it's just awesome. It makes me wonder, will they do the Shattered Glass Dinobots now? And I think, well, if they do it, I'll buy them. Definitely.
It really is like a paint scheme that's making all the difference, isn't it? When you look at them like side by side, like it makes the old Grimlock, which is not that old and it's still a brilliant figure, but it makes it kind of look old hat compared to this. I think that paint scheme really makes it pop.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I think a lot of people say that they just went, wow, that just it jumps out at you. It's just it's got a lot of presence and stuff like that. And it's a fun, simple transformation. That's what I like about it as well. It's almost like the days of, G1 Transformers, because it's quite blocky. There's not much to it, but what a fun figure. And it goes to show you don't need to be overly smart and overly complicated, to make a fun figure like that. And that's why it makes me think, because there was no real gimmicks in engineering wise, apart from obviously the chest thing, that's quite clever in the way that works. I think we could have had articulated hands. I think that would have made it brilliant. My other thing was the War of Dawn pack. And this came from Indie Man Toys. They made a post to say, like, get this. We've got it in stock, or we will have it in stock. Normally, what I do is I tell people and email people, and at which point I go to order it. It's already sold out. So this time I went straight on to order it myself. And I was delighted when it came through the post. And excellent. It's Ariel. Well, Ariel, as it starts with an E, and they swap the E and the A around in the word. But and you got Dion. Dion's got the most human type name, hasn't he? It's
Celine.
That's what I think. Yeah, Dion Dub. It just doesn't sound like a Transformers name.
Kenneth. There's a Kenneth robot in Judge Dredd. He is it Dion the one who's on the right?
Yeah.
Is that Orion Pax?
Just the same mold, yeah.
It's Orion Pax's best
cup as well.
Yeah.
From the War Dawn cartoon.
Looks really
good. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it does. I'll be telling you, I mean, the actual changes they did to Dion, you wouldn't think it was. I mean, obviously, it looks like the cup mode, but there's so much changes, it looks like a really different character. It works really well. The Ariel, the trouble with it I have with her is I think they should have made the jawline a bit thinner. I think it should have been more angular, more like a triangle, because it kind of makes it look older, although the head sculpt it really is spot on. It really is, and the hair in the back as well. But
sorry, Bubble Jumper's kicking off.
He always is.
He's had a few beers.
He's often right.
He's wrong about cyclones. He's wrong about alligators and crocodiles. So he's probably
How can you trust him?
He's not wrong about alligators.
The only thing he's good, the only thing he's right about is what football team to support.
Oh, BIVU and all.
The other thing
what
is, I mean, I prefer Ariel is because she's got the sort of blue painted eyes, where Dion has fucking light piping. But she's okay if you're displaying them in a fucking light box. But apart from that, he's got these dead eyes, and I just don't like that. I think it's a bad choice there. And I know a lot of the Hasbro designers seem to be really keen in light piping. Ariel, excellent colours, awesome. Dion even brilliant. Just enough changes, and he's just good. The only trouble is, it gets a bit armless quite easy. His arms seem to keep falling off, so I had to put some tissue paper to help wedge it in a little bit better. You transform him into a bike. I mean, I don't know, but I wouldn't mind a bike like that now. I'm going to stay away from the jokes of Orion Pax obviously riding Ariel. I'm not going to lower myself to that, or any of these sort of puns that you could make. Who's the best ride? But Dion, he looks quite cool, and I think a lot of people were talking about third party about having it would be cool to get a trailer, or something like that, or like a weapons platform, transforms into the back of a trailer, and that would work. That would be quite cool.
Dave's correcting shit now. Ariel.
Settle down, Dave. Settle down.
Good Lord. He's probably been at the Wensleydale cheese, hasn't he?
He's mocking you, Ed.
That's what the cranberry does to you.
That's it. Goes to your head.
But yes, a good pack. They look beautiful. I don't know what Ariel's alt mode was in the cartoon. I just don't think it would have been a bike because it's Cybertronian. I think it would have been something else. It would have been, I don't know, maybe they could have swapped the wheels out for something like a hoverboard kind of thing. I just don't think wheels were the thing they would have had. But yeah, she looks cool. The box art looks brilliant. Although the box art is a bit misleading because I thought there would be some extra accessories like that butt plug she's holding. And
Was she Jimmy Hill's daughter in the show as well?
Yeah, well, the chin, that might explain it, but I didn't want to go down there because I thought that was low ball and Paul.
Lowest hanging fruit.
Have you ever seen a young Jimmy Hill? His chin's just as big. It didn't grow when he was old. It was there. I just assumed that his chin just kept going. Like, you know how people's ears went? Well, Jimmy's chin just kept going. Oh, your chin's going as well. Yeah.
He started with a normal one and then it just got bigger and bigger.
It's these knees, doesn't it? There's all three of them together then, so that's on board.
That's cool.
That's so Ryan
awesome.
Pax united with his two buddies. You know, well, one of them is his bird, wasn't it? His girlfriend.
And all three of them die.
You know. Well,
Spoilers.
do they die? Because if they died, they wouldn't be here, would they? No.
Their characters cease to exist.
They were hideously... No, they just had plastic surgery. The equivalent of plastic surgery. They had an upgrade, you know.
Well, Dion
didn't make this now.
Didn't Dion become Cyclonus?
Bumblebee.
Like there's
Bumblebee.
No, isn't there
not Bombshell,
a fan thing where he becomes Cyclonus?
No, it's Bumblebee. Optimus, Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime. Ariel becomes Cliffjumper.
There you go.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I know.
It must be true. Don't go checking the wiki.
Right. What's next? What else did you get? Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm still showing that I transform.
Carry on.
And, you know, so yes.
Deal. Went to play for Villa at Man United. Sorry.
So that is it. I'm just going
Homes
to
under
have
the
a
hammer.
sneak peek. Yes,
Really?
that's it. So a wonderful, good set, and I would totally recommend to get it. If you can. So hopefully it becomes available by Hasbro Pulse or by other independents. But in demand, always watch out for in demand, boys, because they're always there with the imports stock, just like Kapow toys as well.
Yeah, in demand are the best. Right, what's up next? So let's do
Foreplay? Or is it Rohan?
Oh no, Rohan.
All right,
We have a Rohan's Corner.
Yeah, of course. Every week.
Always have a Rohan's Corner.
No, I know, but I'm just checking because
tease him out, lads. Tease him out.
Okay.
Rohan.
You occasionally forget to download it.
Sometimes I occasionally forget to play it. We have it. So now over to Rohan. Take it away, Rohan. Cue intro.
Who is this super YouTuber? Is it Paul, the Joy Toy Collector? Andy, the Newcastle United fan? Jamie, the GoBot hater? Alexis, the salesman? Rohan, the man with the plan and the Wall of Fame? Might just be Rohan's Corner, Super Transformers guy. Rohan's Corner, poking Hasbro in the eye. Oh, he's so fly, a groovy guy with a beard that just won't stop. When the bots get rough, he's super tough as third party cleans up. Rohan's Corner, Super Transformers guy. Rohan's Corner, poking Hasbro in the eye. Thank you, my friends. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rohan's Corner. And let me start by thanking you all for a wonderful second TFUKCon last weekend. Thank you to everyone who stopped by my temporary home, my temporary corner of stall at the show, and also thank you to everyone who purchased something. And I really am looking forward to seeing you all again there next year, and hopefully some more people as well. It was probably the best convention I've ever been to, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, good stuff. This week on Rohan's Corner, I had a couple of ideas. My brother's coming over later today, and I thought, oh, well, maybe it'd be a good opportunity to have a discussion with him. And we shall see if we can get that into the show. He does exist. He is younger than me. But anyway, we grew up together collecting Transformers, and obviously he was born in 87, I was born in 84, so he was thrust straight into it. But yeah, we shall have a chat with him if we can get that recorded on the show. Another thought crossed my mind, and that was, how many of you have purchased and sold Transformers only to then repurchase them? And this is a topic I came up with last year, but on a separate note, I thought, well, yeah, obviously I've covered that. Yes, it happens to me a lot of the time, and actually it's happened to me this week when I bought G1 Double Target Masters, Landfill, and Scoop again, because I've sold all 3 of them, including Quick Mix last year or the year before. I've lost track now. But anyway, I bought them again because they're cool little figures and they're going to look good with my new customs I got from Nathan Quoke at the Cluttered Desk. But I started thinking about a variation on this topic, which is how many of you have purchased a whole new figure or an expensive figure just to get a small element from it? And I mean an accessory or something, insignificantly part of the set. So maybe you bought the Hero Born 2-pack just to get the Vector Sigma, or you bought a Titan just to get one specific element of it, like I did with the Fortress Maximus SDCC version. I bought that to have the more sort of accurate body styling on Fortress Maximus, but I already had the original Titan's Return Fortress Maximus, so I preferred the Cerebro's head on the original Titan's Return Fortress Maximus than swap them over. And I know a few other people have done that, like Mr. Andy Ride. But specifically, I was thinking about this big bad boy here, Masterpiece Skyfire, who, generally speaking, I don't collect Masterpiece, but I had to have those minifigures. Those of you who know me, who are on the groups, will have known I've been whining about getting these minifigures forever because I love the minifigures. And I'm going to do a video just dedicated to those minifigures later because they're just so cool and fun, and you can do so much with them, especially with Legends bots. That's another topic for another day. So today I thought, what's better than to do a very quick review of Newage's recent release, which is Red Boy Powerglide. And away we go! Hey, you must be hot stuff, pal, or you wouldn't be sharing the sky with old Powerglide. Okay, so we begin, as always, with the packaging in the traditional Newage mini box style. We've got Powerglide, or Hughes as he's known here on the packaging. Presumably this is in homage to Howard Hughes, the father of aviation, although probably I would have chosen Wright for the Wright brothers. But anyway, we've got the nice little picture of Hughes there. We've got Warrior. I'm not sure I would call him Warrior, but hey ho. Alt mode and robot mode on the side here. Mini Warrior. A picture with Astoria here, who is looking her usual self from The Girl Who Loves Powerglide. There she is, Masterpiece version. She doesn't get included, unfortunately, in this figure. We've got Warning, we've got the same thing on the bottom, we've got a nice little transformation pic there and there. That's about it for the packaging. Open up the box and we've got Hughes here in the plastic piece. For some reason, Newage always seems to come in a baggie. Where's the bot himself? We get him out, and already you can see one of my major concerns, which is this midriff area here, which does not ever want to stay shut. It's just typical Newage for all the Seekers and all the other flying bots that we've had. Maybe not Jetfire. In addition, we get his gun and his face from the episode Hoist Goes to Hollywood, the alien mask, and a flight stand, as well as a full 1 page of instructions, part coloured. Right, let's take a look at our boy Powerglide, or Hughes then as he's known. A very nice homage to Generation 1 Powerglide. Has the lovely cherry red paintwork which blossoms absolutely beautifully, as always from Newage, with the grey plastic for the arms, grey thighs here. The legs have quite a bit of panelling, and the feet have obviously got this kibble on there. Typical Newage, they give you a QC pass little sticker on the side of him. And if we pull him round to the side, we can see not much of a backpack, which is nice. We do get a little bit of exposed screwage there, little heel spurs at the back here, quite a bit of exposed area on the back here, holy and metal screws and a little bit of die cast. The top end is generally better than the bottom end, I think. Okay, so and a through the generations review comparison of Hughes or Powerglide with all the other Powerglides that I own, all 2 others. You can tell I really like this character. We can see that the Cherry Blossom Red of Hughes is way better than the other 2 incarnations. Generation 1, obviously, slightly darker red, obviously much inferior bot mode. The arms are absolutely ridiculous. The legs are just the back end of the jet pulled out, and the head just swivels around so you can see it all the time. Obviously we have Combiner Wars Powerglide here on the left hand side. He's kind of sporting a more burgundy look with an even darker grey, sandy kind of grey coloured plastic for the arms and thighs, with much more kibble on him in terms of the jet mode. I do much prefer the New Age look and aesthetic. Is far more tune accurate, even having a darker mouthpiece than his face and forehead section, which kind of works well. And here's the sidearm marching band view if you wanted that, and a rear end caboose comparison for Alexis. Okay, a robot mode scale comparison today for you. I've got him standing with his New Age brother Beachcomber, and he is a little taller, with Magic Square's Bumblebee still a little taller and more spindly than both. In the background we've got Magic Square's Huffer, and he's taller than Powerglide, which kind of makes sense. Rising Force's Wild Rider is almost double the size of him, probably 1.5 times to be fair. New Age's Galvatron, who is probably double the size of him. Legacy Velocitron Road Rocket, and of course Pangu Toys Omega Supreme. And he does kind of scale with Omega quite nicely. We shall see how he scales in alt mode. Almost there, Spike. Now let's pull out the stops and try a little aerial tig-siggery. Okay, and there we have Powerglide transformed into his alt mode. I would say that the legs are very fiddly. You have to twist them around several times on themselves, and in terms of my major gripes with this figure, it is that the legs are fiddly, and also that there is so much kibble and line panelage and sort of bits and pieces here. You might have seen in my transformation element that both of these propellers popped off. That's the first time that's happened. I would also suggest, in my opinion, that these rear wings here are slightly too high for me. I would have preferred them sort of up to the actual wing flip, and the hinge on there doesn't look particularly nice. But ultimately it's a decent looking alt mode for Powerglide. He does clean up relatively well. There's no landing gear as such. You can't see his head, which is a positive. The cockpit is kind of small, and his telescopic little extension here is small as well. The arms do fold up and out of the way and kind of nicely, so you wouldn't say they're arms, but they do leave a little bit out there, so it's not totally to the imagination. Yeah, it's decent. It's not amazing, it's not terrible. And here we have the alt mode comparison of all three Powerglides. I'd say they've all got something going for them, if I'm honest with you. I think the Generation 1 Powerglide actually tidies up quite nicely. It's clean. The arms are quite nice in the way in which they fold in on themselves. Obviously, he's got visible head syndrome and is a tiny little jet. Not much detailing on him. The New Age Powerglide, obviously, we've just discussed. A little bit of lack of stickers or something on there just to make it pop. And Combiner Wars Powerglide, I like the way in which the head pops out to give you the elongation, and the fact that it hides the head inside the cockpit there. It's the only one with landing gear, and there are some pretty intelligent bits on it, although the arms definitely are not one of them. So yeah, all have something decent to say. Alt mode comparison then with some other Jetticons. Is that such a thing? We've got Magic Square's Jetfire, who is massively bigger than Powerglide. We have Armada Starscream from the Legacy line, who is reasonably much bigger. The Generation 2 / Machine Wars / whatever you want to call him, Air Raid figure here from that line, I can't remember. A Micromaster, I can't remember the name of, and of course MechFans Toys Astro Train, who's probably about in scale with Powerglide there. Powerglide is Diddy. I mean, Powerglide always was Diddy as a jet, and I suppose he's always going to be when the transformation is coming from that robot mode. So yeah, it's alright. And here he is on the flight scan next to a Pangu Toys Omega. You can see he sort of scales in not too badly there. Obviously we don't have a Legends scale TFUKCon or anything like that to compare him to just yet, but I suppose I could get out my Devastator Magic Square one and have him fighting up against him. It's a jet! It's a rocket! No! It's Powerglide! Right, final thoughts then on New Age's Diddy Flying Diode. I think he is expensive for $42. There is engineering in here, the paint is decent. it's a reasonable toy. I mean, you know, I compare it with Magic Square, and I prefer the look and aesthetic of Magic Square. The paint is definitely better, and there are some nice touches, but overall, it's a decent bot. It's not amazing. Should you go out and get him? I mean, he's the best Legends class Powerglide out there. He's probably the best small or medium-sized Powerglide out there. There are probably better masterpiece ones out there, but I don't know too much about that. Anywho, thank you for joining me for another week here on Rohan's Corner. I've been the guy in the corner, and I hope to see you again next week. Back to the studio. Transformers, Rohan's in this.
Did someone drop their mic then? Is it Hong Kong Fooey?
Yeah. The intro is.
Super Transformers guy. Oh, Rohan, thank you so much. It was so cool seeing you at TFUKCon. So good. So good. And yeah, the music was giving me flashbacks as well. Charlie G. Right. Let's do... Oh, wait, someone's at the door. Hello.
Hi.
Where the articulated Spider-Man is.
Do I know where the articulated Spider-Man
the one
is?
I got for my birthday.
I don't know if you noticed, but every Friday night at 8 o'clock I do a Transformers show live on YouTube.
You're live?
Yeah, and we've just stopped that to look at the Spider-Man you're after.
I want the Spider-Man toy that I can't find it.
I know where it is.
Where?
Go and ask Mummy, shut the door, ask Mummy, she knows where it is. Promise. Right. Go.
If she does, what do I do?
If she doesn't know, then I'll buy you another one another day.
Brutal.
Right, bye. Shut the door. Love
I
you.
will give you money to go away.
Rohan actually was in the corner this weekend, wasn't he?
He was in the corner.
What a corner it was, full of absolute bargains. It was really good. So, let's do...
Sorry.
The Spider-Man.
Really
True.
Not every time, because I wasn't just
I ran out of expletives to use. So.
Every now and again, when Rohan was trying to make a sale, I'd walk up and tell the person that Rohan had sold it to, it looked like half the value of it. Just to mess
what I
with
thought sad for Rohan was like people were putting stuff like Luke put some stuff on and it sold instantly. Jamie, you put two things on his corner and it sold instantly. Someone else put some stuff on and it sold instantly. I was like, oh damn. Right, foreplay.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is TFUKCon 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
So TFUKCon was last week. It was absolutely amazing to be in Birmingham with loads of Transformers fans and people like Simon Furman on stage, Chris McFeely. It was such a good time too. It was I think Rohan said in his thing it was his best convention he's ever been to. I would echo that. For me, I just really enjoyed the 2 days, and last year was really good. TFN is mind-blowing, but I would say just walking away from that convention, I was so happy. Just everything felt right. So the right amount of people. Everyone was so cool. There's some people missing. Missed you, Charlie. There's a few people we didn't see. Sam, Eva, because I know a few people couldn't get there. But apart from those two, everyone else was there, and that's the important thing.
Everyone who matters. And knows what Skull
Everyone matters.
Fuck off.
No,
it's with Ed, not you.
I was really glad that you were there as well.
You pick your own lane.
You're here now, Ian, and that's the main thing.
We love
but it was absolutely brilliant, and
you knew you'd be available because we wouldn't have it like
seriously
or TFUK like.
Isn't that something else? Aren't we doing foreplay, which is the Desert Island Disc thing, or is the Desert Island Disc thing now the discussion?
That's the discussion. It always has been a discussion.
It was, Andy.
In the comments,
you've just gone full Alexis.
Don't go full Alexis.
No, Andy.
It says on the screen.
I'm going to go back through the messages later. No, I'm not. I can't do that.
You did that.
You did.
I literally don't have the energy. That's fine. We'll do it the other way around.
The energy to be wrong. So
it feels like this should be the discussion, though, because there's going to be a lot of discussion.
Because with Desert Island and the multiple things we picked would work for one bot.
Well, there's only like 5 things. You can read your way through it. It doesn't take long.
Let's just have fun, Andy.
Well, rabbit on all
you
the time.
and your old ways and your glasses. I don't know.
Let's just take our pants off, have a good
time.
Go,
on the glasses, you'll get all the speculation.
You're having a good time, Andy, and you're spoiling it.
That's
sorry, I know that's your job, JB. Sorry.
I know.
You are going for Alexis, Andy.
Not
Oh,
at
they've
all. I've
banned
not
you,
got up
Ian.
and started getting all my collection out. Don't you dare throw me in that
Not
bracket.
yet. Not yet.
I also haven't spent thousands
But you're
of
in that
pounds this month.
confused state where you're about to...
No, I just I
Your
could
safety
have sworn in the
blanket.
discussion.
What are we doing for four? Still foreplay, yeah?
Is it really bad that I really enjoyed that?
Yeah. Do you know what? I just put together, I think they're called Electric Callboy and Dark of the Moon, and I cross-spread them for just in case we ever argued and you started arguing, so I played it.
Pollinated. It was healthy.
Cross-pollinated them.
I think it was the senior moment he was having.
I'll still say it would work better.
I mean, it's going to work as a deterrent. We're not going to argue anymore now.
It's not. It never will.
Right,
Anyway,
okay. But what was your favourite moment on TFUKCon, Jamie?
Oh, well, actually, can you just share that picture just quickly? I think it's sort of just the one photo.
Oh.
But I think that just epitomises how much Maylin actually had fun. She enjoyed it as well. And not because I was away from her talking to other people. You know. But yeah, it was a great time. And the thing is, when I went there and I thought to myself, you know, this is Friday because it starts off on the Friday really, and was to meet as many different people as I could, and there was Jermaine even, there was Sam from Sam Farmers, chatting with them. I think it was Nathan the Irish guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nathan from Belfast, I think.
Yeah, and he's got such a Corain, I think. He's got such a soft voice, not like you know how like Hollywood likes to portray Irish people. And I'm Scottish, so I was born in a sort of environment where people shouted a lot, so I couldn't really understand what you were saying. Ian was, so articulate. He speaks so well, but it was just so soft. If he could just scream like he's a nutter, like from Glasgow, I would have understood him fine. But but yeah, he was excellent. There was so many sort of people I met. Of course, there was Chris McFeely, the YouTuber who does the basics and nearly all Transformer lore and stuff. So it was brilliant to get to chat to him for a bit. I showed him a video on how to transform, the Prime figure, which is I've forgotten it, Skyquake,
Yeah.
And I think because my hand shake quite a lot and I was speeding up the video, I think he was looking at, you seem to be struggling quite a bit, and I didn't have the heart to say no. It's just because I'm feeble. I can't really transform that well. But yeah, it was great. I think my highlight was looking at Pete's face when he realised he couldn't order any food because there was a coachload of old people coming. That just made me just, I don't know, jump with joy and delight, because he would have realised if he'd listened to one of my stories, because I was going to tell him that, but he didn't, so he suffered, and it was about joy to me. The food was good, the burgers, the food in that hotel is much better than it deserves to be for, when you think about other stuff. But yeah, it was just great. And I think one of my big highlights was, which I mentioned on the actual event on the panel, was I got this. Now as I said, chug in Scotland means masturbation. So I was asking Graham, I need a good chug figure, and I think he got a bit confused, so he suggested this, and he didn't want to give it to me personally, so Graham went, Greg's got it in a bag for you. So I went and found Greg, and Greg sort of passed it to me in the lobby, and then he said, but Jamie, you want this? And he gave me the accessories, and I went, what's the accessories? Guns, swords? They went, no, bibbies. This will help you chug, Jamie. And I went, thanks, Greg. So,
I can hear him actually saying that in his voice as well.
I know. So I was a bit taken aback, but who am I to not back recommendations from Graham and Greg? And obviously Paddy as well. Although I think Paddy had none of this, from Hardaway or Full Hardaway, whatever. He's far too mature for that stuff. But yes, it was good, and it was obviously great to meet Paul and Alexis. And Alexis didn't seem to do anything too disastrous. So
he was alright this year.
Yeah, he was okay. Just propositioning
people.
I know, he's brilliant. And and it was great meeting Andy and Claire and people's other halves, and Pete and his other half as well, and stuff like that. And and messaging our fire to say, we're not having that much fun, don't worry. This is brilliant. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Nick,
cool.
don't start.
Ian, how did you get on? What was your favourite moment?
Seriously, watching you guys having, like, in the beginning, I was seeing all the messages come through and everything, and I thought, it's good you're there. It got to about 5 o'clock-ish when there's a lot more of you and all the people we've spoken to and built up a bond, and I was like, yeah, no, this sucks. Now I wish I was there. And it got to, it did. It was nice. It was a bit bittersweet because I was really glad that you all had done it, and well done to everyone for putting the convention on, having all the guests. It sounded like it really worked well. But yeah, so a bit bittersweet for me. I was really proud of you all that you all did it, and it sounded like the quiz was not too bad.
Like a gripper. I was amazing.
But I was a bit sad that I wasn't there to enjoy it with you.
We missed you, dude. It would have been lush to have you there. But I can't wait till next year. And you're going to TFN, aren't you?
I'm at TFN, and I will be at TFUKCon next year, come hell or high water.
If you do well on your YouTube channel, you might be a guest next year. If not, you'll have to pay.
Yeah. I think I'll have to pay for not coming for the last 2 years. I don't think I'll get anything for free.
So I think I've got some photos which I'll talk over. So there was loads of great bits. So that was the TFUK admin panel with probably the funniest story of the weekend, where they spoke about how the admins got confused with a Tropical Fish UK group, and they started some sort of like little Facebook war over that. But there's so many great stories. My favourite bit definitely, I think, was the quiz. After weeks of absolutely being scared to shitless of what Alexis is going to do for the quiz, because we gave him full control to go full Alexis over the quiz, and you do not know the panic that brings on letting him loose. But he done such a good job after we cut down like 40% of the quiz.
And it still lasted an hour.
It still overran.
I we were watching them like hawks, ready to pounce on them.
But we all got like same as last year. Like we got together as a group of 4 and said like, let's get some prizes together to make it good. We wanted to have a good quiz. We had some decent prizes last year, some really good ones. And this year we've done the same thing. We had like Tarn, we had some Jamie and Andy and Alex still threw in some really good prizes.
And
people were like, oh. Yeah, and that was the great bit. People were like, what are you doing? And Ben's Collectibles gave that massive Japanese mecha,
that was amazing,
which he was selling for £70. So he said, look, put that in your quiz, see what you can do with it. And then, but the bit like Dave Shorter and how he gave this up. So it was meant to be a present for Pete, but he gave up 50 copies of Transformers the movie on DVD.
I mean, I think you may have misunderstood what happened there, because he'd given those as a gift to Pete a while ago for his birthday. And it was 49, and Pete was giving them away because he didn't want them anymore. Dave was very upset, but he gave his blessing.
I think Paul
in the end.
actually did understand. He was just trying to put it in a nice way.
I was trying to add a little
I think it's all right.
Sugar around the edges.
You're a terrible friend.
Thank you, old man Andy.
But the next day I went down, and Chris McFeely was there with Gav and a couple of other people, and they were still laughing about the 50 copies of Transformers the show. Sorry, Transformers the movie.
50. Was that a lie? Because he said he got 40.
You say that at the time in
Peace
the quiz
is,
when you announced the prize.
I did, yeah.
He does. I fucking knew it. He's 50 years old. That
he's not. Because I thought that he's 60. He's at least 60. I thought because he had 50 copies, he's 50, but he's not. He's 60.
He is very old.
But it was just really funny. It was such a good end to a brilliant day out. There's us with our prizes. There's the TFUKCon panel. This was mid-quiz. People were really getting into it. There was they had to transform a robot backwards and forwards. That was at the end of the quiz. See, actual people stuck around. You can see mailing there. There's Nathan, Lucan, Sam, Greg,
Besto,
Dave, Graham, Simon,
T-shirt guy, which I forgot his name.
Gussie, Rich,
Lee
Jermaine,
at the back there.
Other Rich,
I never got his
Ed.
chance.
There's Brad, Excellent. You can just see Brad there as well.
Yeah, I can see Brad. Yep. Rohan still. So you be the judge.
There was some good stuff there. I was nearly tempted to get his Pretender Jazz. I was nearly tempted.
But yeah, just felt such a great time, and it was good chatting to loads and loads and loads of people. But I think my favourite bit was I picked up Chris McFeely from the airport, and he knew that what Transformers the show was.
Awesome.
And I can believe that. I was like, that's mental.
Do you know, one thing I'll say is, like, I made a post in Twitter, and I went, it was absolutely awesome to meet legends like Chris McFeely and Simon Furman. And do you know, that's just a generally positive comment, which I think British people would say against anyone they got to meet, you know, even if it's just someone's grandmother, you know. But it was just a nice positive comment, and you had some American twat just go, I wouldn't put them together in the same sentence, and you're like, fuck off. You know, I just don't understand that. You know, I just don't understand that type of logic and thinking. You know, can't you read a fucking paragraph, you stupid? But yeah, I thought it was brilliant meeting people like Simon Furman and Chris McFeely and Ben's Collectible. Ben bought me a pint, so I was like, yes. You know,
friend for life.
I know. So, and he donated that toy, and I think other things were donated as well. Weren't they? Like, there was things donated by
loads
Graham.
of stuff. Yeah.
So it was really cool, and that was an awesome thing to see. You know,
that was great. And all the weird thing is, like, the most famous people were the nicest people. Like, if you look at Simon Furman, like Chris McFeely, like even Few, when you bump into him, I've never met him. Like, they're just so nice. Sometimes you see.
Hey, Jamie.
I've got him on WhatsApp now. He texted me today. No, Chris McFeely texted me today on WhatsApp. That is mental. Never thought that was happening. Right, who is next? Andy.
Yeah.
What's your favourite moments of TFUKCon?
Well, yeah, moments. Yeah. So there's going to be a few. So there's some pictures if you can share them. That was one of the first ones that we arrived late on the Friday night, and we all had this photo taken. Who the fuck is the guy in the top left?
Can't you remember I asked him to join in?
He was some random bloke, wasn't he? Stood at the bar. He was loving it. He just joined in.
He was.
Drink too. Why the hell not? And there's RJ and Jermaine, and obviously us selves. And yeah, the whole thing was just—it was just really good fun and such a good laugh. And you know, watching Dan transforming
all day.
Literally,
he transformed one of my Transformers. He needs to be stopped.
But it was just a really nice, relaxed, chilled atmosphere, just like last year's. It was just there was no stress, there was no drama. Everybody seemed happy. Everybody was
chilled.
They're smiling, but everybody was chilled. That was during Thurman and there's Alexis's ear. That was one thing that happened. We started a game. I don't even remember how it started, but for some reason,
Chris McFeely.
Secret photos of Alexis, not deliberately Chris McFeely, but he is there in the background. Obviously, listening to Simon Thurman and Andrew Wildman up on stage was interesting. It's always good to hear Simon Thurman having a chat. There's Alexis again. But the whole thing just worked really, really well. The only thing, it's like I think we've discussed, is that there was so much packed in that it was really hard to stick to the timings, wasn't it? And it was brilliant to have so many guests, but oh god,
I sent May Lynn down LA in my stead just to keep
You did. You couldn't come down, could you? So, and Aileen came down, and I said to her, "Well, where's Jamie?" She said, "He's gone back to bed. He sent me down here as his representative." But it was really there's Alexis again. But it was really good. And it was nice. I got to chat with Lucan, who I sold him a Transformer, and that's how I first met him. And then from that, we became Facebook friends. And then obviously he started his T-shirt business and everything. I even helped him make a sale on the Saturday night as well. His last T-shirt. There's Ben looking far too much at the world. Look at that. I mean, absolute Adonis. Anyway, there's Pete. He doesn't look so happy. And there's RJ.
He's 60.
Yeah, he's definitely 60. Maybe
he's
you're
definitely
right.
60s, isn't he? He's definitely
that shirt is lying. It doesn't say 40 something.
40, maybe 20 years ago, mate.
Yeah.
There's another one of Alexis.
The multiverse of Alexis.
Wait, he's there again. But it just became a thing. And you might be wondering, why is there a picture of Brooke? Wait.
Miss you, Daz.
It just carried on like this. I do feel a little bad because during the Thurman Wildman interview, this started.
It got really bad.
Speed, and I was literally in tears, trying not to laugh out.
All I could hear was Brad laughing.
Me and Brad turned around and saw me literally wetting myself, so he started wetting himself, and then Jonathan, who was next to him, started wetting. It was just fun. And this is during some of the quieter downtime when a group of us had just come out the hall and we were just chilling and having a beer. And that's the thing. The whole thing is just so relaxed.
Andy, name them, the admin team there.
You got Gav, you got Dave, you got Luke, and you got Rich. And Simon would have been on computer.
Do you know what's funny about these conventions is I swear, like Paul every year seems to get taller and Luke seems to get smaller. It's like the opposite extremes.
That's because he keeps.
I drain him every year. I take an inch off and put on me.
Drain him of life juice. At least.
Do you know who I loved seeing this year was Drew and
Drew was in.
Just hang out with Drew and sitting at the front of watching because it's for some reason, for some weird coincidence, it's always been Eurovision every time we do this, and me and Drew just took an hour out and just watched Eurovision. It's nice.
Who wouldn't though? I mean, we didn't, but you could have done. You couldn't hear the damn thing, so it kind of seemed a bit pointless. It was on the scores, wasn't it? By the time we got out,
I got Drew to sing it to me. He knows all the songs.
Oh wait, there's Alexis.
Oh, that's my one.
So yeah, that became a bit of a thing that carried on throughout the weekend, and he was loving it, Alexis. He's not here now, obviously, so I thought at least he's here in spirit. A particular favourite of many people was Gobot or Dildo, which Chris McFeely even tweeted about. Not your typical Transformers quiz. You probably won't see that at TFN. As you can see, we were all really enjoying it.
Yeah, you look really, really enjoying it.
It was just one of those moments. That's when we're discussing some of our life choices.
The quiz was good fun.
Brad was legendary as always, as he always
Yep.
is, and he was in a full effect there. And his team finished last, but they were all still proud.
They
all
got
seemed-
50 copies.
It was weird because they were the team that seemed the most happy with their random gifts, and then they destroyed them. There's actual videos of them destroying the movies. Oh, there's Alexis again. But yeah, there's Alexis as an anime character. Yeah. And the whole thing was just really good fun and such a good laugh, and it was worth every penny of going. And I know there'll be people watching this who would have wished they could have been there, or who thought about going but didn't go in the end because whatever reason. But honestly, you've got to. Oh, even John Borders who got involved. It was just such a fun weekend, and like, even it sounds really weird. I hate driving long distances. Even the drive back home on the Sunday was just fun. Me and Claire sat in the car reminiscing about the whole weekend. Oh, there you go again. He's back again. Oh, there's the back of his head. But the whole thing was just a great. Oh, there's Timmy Mallet's mallet, and it just
great artist.
Yeah, look, I always like that one. Yeah, it was just great fun, wasn't it? There's Alexis a bit the worse for wear. But it was wonderful, and the whole weekend was such fun. And I will make a special point of saying that Alexis's quiz did work out really well in the end. I do agree with him. I think it was a bit of a team effort because in the end it needed our assistance to make the whole thing work. There was a lot of like going around and giving guidance to the teams, but it did work, and people came out of it afterwards saying what a good laugh they had, and that's what it should be about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford really enjoyed the con.
Even though he disappeared for like fucking 10 minutes before we started the quiz.
That was, yeah, we should mention that. During the show that we did there, because we did it live but not live on YouTube, he disappeared at the very start, didn't he, to go off. He said he was going to the toilet. Then, literally just before his quiz, he said, I'm off to get a beer, walked out the door and disappeared. Again, went for a piss again. The man has a kid's bladder. But anyway. I'm not sure what's going on there. But the whole thing... There's the man himself. I have to give props to Alexis. He did do a very good job.
Guy for 400. I met you with your son. Yeah, he took them home straight away. He said, "Well, I'll just take them home and sell them to my mates."
Is that Steve, Guy for 400?
It must be, yeah.
Steve and his lad. I remember talking to them. But in fact, I think his name's Steve. So I apologise if I've got it wrong. But I think it was Steve who bought the last of Luke and Monk's t-shirts when I said to him, "You've got to get one," because Luke was saying, "Oh, I've got one left," and he did, and it's awesome. And the whole weekend, fantastic. You've got to go next year. Get involved. If you're watching this and you've not been, honestly, it's just the best time ever.
The only thing is when you get home, like you get the proper blues, don't you? It's so good, and I've never really had it as bad as this weekend. It was just so much fun.
I was distracted by the fact that I was actually ill for a few days after I got home with a really nasty stomach bug.
That's because you're an old man. You couldn't handle the drinking. I don't blame you.
It clearly was. Although at no point did I have to stop drinking because I was so pissed I needed to control myself. But yeah. I'm beyond that.
I didn't need to do that. I was pacing myself for you.
Pacing yourself? You told me I'm so drunk I'm going to drink soft drinks for a while.
I didn't want you to keep going. I did quit.
You didn't quit. You just paused.
That's great.
It was
any of you thought of any good moments for yourself?
I really thought you'd contribute more into this.
Right, let's finish it off with our discussion. Our discussion tonight is something we posted the other.
One last thing. Drew gave me a can of Iron Brew with Iron Brew and ice cream. Fantastic, but then he just pissed off. I never saw him like for the rest of the night. He just seemed to vanish.
Is that your way of saying you want more of them?
Fast. Oh yeah, I
want
more. It was like nectar from the gods.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Oh fuck! There's 3 Steves. we just have to meet next year.
Hey, just tell us your real name.
You just have to fight, and whoever wins is called Steve, and the other ones are called Gary.
Everybody.
I wasn't hungover this year. I was like, oh, God, I was a drinking machine.
Of
right up until
Coca-Cola.
Hey, I had so much wine, I gave you a bottle, didn't I, Paul?
You did, yeah, straight away. And then Alexis went, "What's that?" I went, "Oh, it was cool. Let's get open." Right, discussion time.
We now return to the Transformers.
So, finishing off tonight with our desert island transformers. So what transform would you bring to a desert island? We had 2 options for this. So what G1 bot would you bring, and what modern bot would you bring, plus what book would you bring, and what song would you bring as well?
Movie, don't forget the movie.
What Transformers movie?
Yeah.
86.
I mean, I feel like everybody's going to think the same thing, but maybe somebody will surprise us. Jamie's a big fan of Revenge of the Fallen.
Who would like to go first? I've got to really back off. Sorry if I sound off tonight. And my microphone doesn't work that properly. If I touch it and mute it, it goes off.
I really noticed, to be honest.
No, because I haven't done it.
I could go.
Okay, cool.
Well, my first selection would be to take a G1 toy. Would have been Scorponok's, the original Headmaster toy, the first sort of, second of the Titans really. But I didn't even know there were Titans then. It was just a big, huge body transformed into an awesome Scorpion, which was green and purple and orange in it. And that would be a must to go. It was almost a play set in itself. It was just brilliant to have. So that would definitely be one of my first choices there. And it would be good because it's such an awesome toy. If you were in this desert island to come across cannibal natives, because most natives are cannibals, you could, use it as a peace offering, because they would obviously love that toy as well. My modern toy would have to be Rodimus Prime Kingdom. Because to me, that was almost like, the cliche dream comes true. I never thought I would get a representation of Rodimus Prime, because that's my favourite character, which is actually, something I've always said. And my second favourite character is obviously Hot Rod. It goes into Rodimus Prime, which was funny in the quiz because RJ knows this. So when RJ said, yes, it's Rodimus Prime, and Alexis went, no, and then Maitland went, Hot Rod, and you went, yes. I can see RJ's face going, but yes, it would be Rodimus Prime. He is, excellent transformation, brilliant, big, huge, muscular hands like me, chug hands. We've been working hard, chugging.
Dainty.
Working
hard, chugging.
That's what you need.
I say Five Prime's hands.
That means different things.
Rodimus Prime's hands, big and muscular, just like mine's, not like your hands.
Big little weak hands. They can't go to conventions.
Hold on, I thought I was on the Masterpiece crew with you, and am I not? What's the rules to this game?
There is no loyalty here, boy.
The movie
a lawless land
would be Transformers, the actual motion picture, 2007. Is the movie I would take. I know, ironically, those DVDs were getting destroyed was probably the best of the sort of motion pictures, apart from obviously Bumblebee. But I would take that for 2007 because it's a desert island. You're there by alone, and that video has like Megan Fox in it, so
keeps you warm on those cold nights.
Yes, and plus you get entertainment with the Transformers as well. So it'll cover all the bases, and I'll still be respectable.
This is a desert island that has a DVD player.
Well, why else would you take a fucking movie?
No, he didn't.
Sounds about this place.
DVD player is built into Scorponok.
What song and book would you take, Jamie?
Well, on his sort of song, it would be Transformers the animation songs. I would want that just to sort of fight off the movie, just in case I start to forget what the animation was all about. So I would take that, and the book would have to be Lord of the Rings by J.R. Tolkien. The one choice, little people like Alexis and stuff like that.
He really did seem small, the TFUKCon. I don't remember it being that small. Is he shrinking? Or are we getting taller? And Paul, you're definitely getting taller.
Stilettos on. That's why. Andy, how did you get on with this? What was your desert island?
So for the G1 Transformer, but I've got to take Double Dealer. I just have to. I can't not take my favourite Transformer, so I'd have to take him. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. I haven't thought about these logically, like Jamie has, for how he can use them to help him survive or do other things. I've just chosen the ones I want. For the modern Transformers, but this was a bit more difficult, but I'd probably take Earthrise Scorponok because I love it as a bot, but also it has other meaning to me as well. So plus it's massive, and I could, like, if somebody tried to attack me, I could probably beat them to death with it because it's pretty heavy. I'm starting to apply some logic.
Those cannibals.
I am going to be really obvious, and I'd have to take the Transformers, the movie from '86. if people ask me my top 3 ever films, it's always in there. And
But who's
the
going
amount
to
of
be
people who
your
have
Megan
Transformers
Fox
films.
in that movie? RC?
I don't need a Megan Fox. I can use my
Ramjet?
imagination. It's in my mind. Ramjet. Is he in there? Oh no, he is in there. Doesn't he die? Doesn't him and Dirge fly? Anyway, let's not go bog down with that.
So who would be in your mind then? I want to know.
Well,
Why do you
obviously,
want to know exactly?
my
who
lovely
beat up
wife,
to?
Jamie. Obviously, not getting me into trouble.
for training and recording purposes.
Which reminds me of a discussion that was had at TFUKCon that I'm not going to mention on there, but we'll chat about it afterwards. Right, what was the other thing? Oh, songs. Does it have to be a Transformers related song, or can it just be a song?
Doesn't have to be. No,
All right.
It could be any song.
I mean, I could have picked any Transformers song from the original movie soundtrack because they're all awesome. But I'd probably have to go with Enter Sandman by Metallica, just because when I first heard that song, it literally kind of changed my whole perspective, and like I got into rock and heavy metal and stuff like that, and it was a life-changing song for me. So it would have to be that, regardless of whether people think they sold out with it. It was amazing. And then the book, I've read loads of incredible books, but if you're asking me what would I want to take with me to an island, I'd take the More Than Meets the Eye guidebooks that I've got, because I can anytime I can pick them up and just read about random characters and look at the artwork, and I just freaking, I don't need a story. I'll entertain
pictures.
myself.
Didn't say take a picture book. You said a book.
Yeah, it's not just a picture. It's not like a pop-up book.
You're going to take your crayons with you as well.
Oh, look at me! I'm taking Lord of the Rings. A whole chapter dedicated to describing a forest. Anyway, don't, because when they all play that music video again, and while I liked it, other people were to keep. So let's not do that.
Ian,
But yeah.
sorry, is that everything?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That was the last thing, wasn't it? Yeah, book
Ian.
was the last thing. Ian, go.
So G1 toy, I will probably have to be G1 Grimlock. He was one that I just had buckets of fun with. He was great fun. I didn't have any of the other Dinobots. It was a real shame, but still got him, still love him. He's brilliant. Modern day Transformer, I take the Takara Beast Wars Dinobot. It's still my favourite bot in my collection. Absolutely adore it for its show accuracy, transformation, and everything else. Film, I'm not going to say the 86 movie, just for the sake of variety, as good as it is. But just because we don't all say it, because yes, it is an amazing film, of course it is. I will go with the Bumblebee film, because I still really enjoyed it. Not for live action movies, I'd say it's the best one. And it's got dripping with G1 links and Easter eggs in between, so enough to keep you interested.
Just use the word dripping there. Yeah.
That's for you chugging away there, mate. I'm keeping an eye out for you, don't worry. Where are we? Book. I would actually go Transformers again. I would go with Secrets and Lies 84, because I got that sort of annual for Christmas. It's just gone. Yes, it's a picture book. It could be pictures as well as
you to pick a ladybird book.
To be fair, Jamie, if I lose my glasses, I'll need picture books, because I ain't going to be able to read shit. I'll tell you that for nothing.
I need something to stimulate the mind when the tide is slowly drifting me out to sea. But I would take that, because
you could just stay on the island.
I could stay on the island. And song-wise, probably my favourite song will be Muse, Citizens Erased. That's still my favourite song of theirs.
Nice.
One of my favourites that I've actually got a guitar purposely tuned just to play one song, and it's that one. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. So for me, G1 bot would be 8-Phase. Oh, I just love that guy. And you get 3 modes, and they're 3 good modes, unlike the Siege one. So I would be happy with that. And I always pretend it was Starscreams. It's like a multi-transformer. I get 8-Phase and I get Starscream. The modern bot, and it kind of kills me to say this, despite all my lovely third-partiness, I would take Earthrise Prime. I've never met, had, bought, purchased a Transformer, which means more to me than him, because he just love his transformation. He's just perfection, and yeah, he's not absolutely spot on in his robot mode, but to get that transformation so easily and not so masterpiecely is just engineering beyond engineering, sight beyond sight. No, that's something else. Sorry, that's yeah, sight beyond sight.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. That's it.
Thundercats. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's good for Thundercats as well. And in terms of book, my favourite book I've ever read, the one which has probably changed me the most, would be Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time, which I still don't completely understand. And song, I would have to go with Hyper Hyper. But I won't play it.
Was that the song you just played before?
Because I said it over and over.
What?
Do you know what? I really liked it on that video.
All right, one more time. I'm really proud of that.
Changed my mind about my song. I want that one. I'm saying it now.
Well, you drunk too much, full Alexis. Calm down.
What do you guys think there's anything you could bring to TFUKCon to make it even better next year?
Myself.
Few.
maybe you guys could not rinse me for an entire evening. That would be
maybe a stretch.
Go on, Alpha. You believe that? That's good.
Yeah, it would be nice.
More money. There you go.
I think Chris Maffeely, him coming back. I think the best bit is the guests who stay with us overnight and stay up drinking and just interact like they're normal members of the community. Like Chris Maffeely done that. Simon Furman does that. Jeff Senior done that. They're the ones you want. So yeah, it's cool. Go on the show, talk about stuff, do amazing things. Talk about the stuff you're selling as well, because they do that. Chris didn't, but the others did. But then like Simon will stay there all night. And so will Chris, and they'll stay up till the early hours of the morning. For them, it's not paying due to something; it's actually they enjoy it, so they're going to stay there.
Yeah, you keep them
they're fans as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
yeah. But they came across as genuinely really nice people and stuff like that, and that's quite cool. And I definitely want us to have a German fan there next year. You know, so they can sit opposite Nathan, so I can see the contrast in these two voices, like angry German voice and quiet, Korean Irish voice. That'd be quite cool. But do we have any German fans? I don't know. Do they exist? Do they like
check in Germany? Check the check if we're big in Germany.
We're just behind.
We're not so big in Russia.
Sprechen die Deutsch?
Russia's the most banned country. We get banned in Russia more than
I was going to say, are you still being banned in certain countries? Were you banned in the Philippines as well?
Yeah, England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales.
You're still going in San Marino.
We're big in Malta.
Charlie G, your wish is TFUK's command, because we are going to have an exclusive toy next year.
Do you know it was going round my table, that little toy, and who gets it? Fucking Danny, doesn't he? Daniel gets it, so he starts transforming it. So he's transforming it away, and then I was meant to get it next, and then he decides to hand it to another table.
Think he's angry about that, Andy? Think he's a bit annoyed?
Jamie's just an angry old man. Don't worry about it. He'll come.
I don't know who Jiro is.
We'll
but he's getting the top loader reference.
Oh, top loader. Let's have a bit of that.
But yeah, it looked quite cool actually. It looked really good to sample from a distance.
Did you not get your go? Did they skip you?
No,
seriously,
it skipped the
is he
table
going to be on
because
a
some
list?
idiot, and I think it was Pete, gave it to Daniel.
Some idiot, I think it was Pete.
To be clear, you could just call Pete an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Some junkie unloving idiot.
Who likes
Are we not
sailors
doing
on a
so we're
Friday
not doing
night?
TFUKCon pickups then, no?
Oh yeah, that was the thing. So what did you get from TFUKCon? Sorry.
Well, Jamie already did. To be fair, Jamie, was that the only thing you got?
Oh, me and Len had a good night with her. But yes, obviously I got the masculine RC, and I'm
Johnny. Sorry,
no.
Jiro is Johnny.
I don't need a Johnny to play with RC, but yeah,
totally not dodgy RC.
Well,
Johnny
is it dodgy? It's the way you handle it, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's whether you open up the boobs.
It's the way you chug it.
I mean, you're coming over.
Chug.
You're not coming, but yeah.
Just open the box. We all want to see the box. Just open a damn box.
I hope it's sealed. Yes.
Are you opening it live? Are we having a live unboxing?
Unboxing of boobies.
I'm scared to see what's in there. Greg seemed quite excited. I was like,
oh dear. Should have done that live at the show. Oh.
Press a booby in the chat if you wanted to see open.
Oh dear. What did you get at the TFU? Oh, don't worry about it. Did you pick up anything, Paul? Did you buy any?
I kept looking. I couldn't find anything to buy.
Apart from lots of milk.
Oh yeah,
so much milk.
Well, a lot of milk. I bought most of the Malbec. They said next year, if I give them an email the week beforehand, they'll get some more in. What was it really? Had a couple of pizzas.
Oh, the pizzas. I think you got something there, though. Didn't it? Was some sort of transformer you got there?
Look at his face.
No?
Apart from Brawl, you haven't had a transformer in ages.
Right.
No, he did. He got tar. He gave it
tar.
away.
Oh, he did get tar.
He got it. Dear. That's fun.
No, do you know what I got? A load of love. And that was the real reason why we went to TFUKCon.
Just for a second, I thought you were going to say that. Based on the chat's comments.
I actually got served food, because I made sure I got my food. I didn't care about the old lady people in the 2 coach loads. I want my burger. So I sent up my Lynn to ask nicely.
We got ours too, and we also didn't piss off the staff.
They didn't nick our burgers.
Right, I'll do what I got very quickly because we're getting close to the end and I want another drink. RJ gave me another ground shaker, the actual base thing, and this one, my one had this back bit was broken, and this one it isn't, and it's actually quite minty. So it's very kind of him. It's just that he just gave me the outer shell, but it was very kind of him. He also gave me randomly because he was just getting rid of it. A cutthroat.
Cutthroat.
I don't know. I have a cutthroat. He's not complete. I need to get the gun because I think that forms his tail, doesn't it?
I bought 3 things from RJ and he gave me nothing.
I mean, I did spend a rather large amount of money on RJ's Power of the Primes Predaking.
Logan got loads of stuff.
They're all downstairs.
Logan, your
I've taken over the dining room table with part of the Prime Predaking, but I did detach my favourite of the bots. I say it's my favourite. It keeps changing every day, and Dive Bomb's here just to represent him. It's just I love it. I was so wanting to get a modern Predaking again, and I came this close to buying third party. Thank God RJ saved me. And then the other thing I got was from Graham, very kindly. He was giving away some bots for basically buying him a pint. So I got him his first pint on the Saturday, and he gave me Whirl, and I've not had Whirl before, and I've transformed him to his bot mode. I prefer the helicopter mode. He's going to go back to helicopter mode, I think. And those were my pickups from the incredibly awesome TFUKCon, which will be happening again in 2024.
The last 2 conventions.
Well, that costs a pint.
Stuart, sorry to hear about that. Someone jumps in front. If you private message Ian or Arrowfire, then he'll get aggressive with him next year when he's not there.
Oh, dear. Thanks for coming on anyway.
I'm really glad I came on.
RJ gave me a double header. Oh. We've all been there. Anyway. I got more. Oh, of course, it's Logan. What did Logan get then?
Oh, he got loads.
Last year as well, didn't he?
4 Shattergons, G2 Prime.
Oh yeah, there was the
one
little
of his
box.
robots got
Somebody
stolen.
nicked them off his table, didn't they?
Yeah,
cheeky, very cheeky.
Drew said last night. Rude. Not from anyone in the convention. We think some random passerby took advantage.
Bastards.
Right, should we go to bed? Should we just can we do one more Electric Cowboy?
You're not the boss of me.
You probably should have tried that last weekend. I think you've had more.
On here, it's like we're in different rooms and different houses, but we're not. It's the same house. We're literally, I can see Andy there. There's Jamie.
Like the Brady Bunch. We're all just in the same house.
We just will get a big duvet out and go to bed. It's going to be great.
Not a bed. We can't afford one of them. We just sleep on the duvet. Spend all
right,
money
so we can end on the dun 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 song or Final Fantasy VII, Roxanne, Subways, the old song, Subways again. Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero, or nice. Pearl Jam.
We haven't had Subways in a long time.
Did anybody else get a Subway at TFUKCon?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I did. Yeah. That was brilliant.
Oh, I know you did, Jamie. We asked in the same room, didn't we?
Well, we got your Subway.
You did? Well, that's right. I came out of the main hall and walked, and Claire was like, "Oh, we've got a Subway. Have we?" Yeah, brilliant. Being fed.
Alexis, Stuart Jadine, and Russ. We all went to Subway together and walked in and said, what should I get RJ? And RJ's dad was in the queue and turned around and went, I've already got this. And I think he looked at me and went, but I admire you for looking after my son. And most dads don't look at me like that when I look after their sons. So it was good.
How many sons do you look after other than your own?
Many sons.
Just invite them in, look after them.
Whether they like it or not, I will care for them.
This conversation's going in a direction we probably
dark turn, isn't it?
Right, I'll give you your choices. What do you want?
Sorry, what was the choices again?
Subway, Bonnie Tyler, Pearl Jam, dun dun dun, Johnny Cash Hurt.
I don't know if we can really do it 3 times.
Roxanne. That's it.
Roxanne. Is it that Roxanne or is it something different?
It's the police version.
Oh, good, thank you. I don't really care.
Otherwise,
Ian,
you
choose.
Sense.
Come on, you can choose. You're the guest.
Yeah.
Do your hype song. I know you want to. I know you want to do it.
There's 15 comments.
He likes it.
Fucking do it. Just do it.
What do you
Get
want?
it over with.
You know what he wants, mate.
Do your electric cowboy bollocks.
Right, thanks for watching tonight. Go to TFUK on Facebook and follow Arrowfire. Let's get up to 200 subscribers. Let's go!
You're everything I want. I will give my soul.
It was worth it.
To be honest, we all knew it would happen when Paul puts on a video, then it goes over 40 seconds.
Do you see we got to 40 views, though, like 43 viewers at
40
one
in the
point?
chat.
Much higher than when Alexis is on.
I was going to say, is that because of the abuse that I got tonight and everyone wanted to tune in to watch me get an absolute toweling?
Are you going to be able to edit that, Paul, and remove the song?
When that happens, it just says like remove the last bit. Stream unavailable.
It still says live. Are you still going now?
Oh yeah, I should end the broadcast. Sorry.
You actually are going.
What you do in future is just
Good night,
sing
everybody.
along, have a good sing.
Thanks for sticking with it, I think.
It's a good job that things go in a certain direction.
Right, it's ended. Not really, he's still going. Oh, we're still alive.